Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, The World in India. Today I'm going to talk about FATF. Do you know what is FATF? How FATF form and how many members of FATF and what is its grey list and black list? Today I'm going to talk about details in about FATF. FATF means Financial Action Task Force. Nowadays, Pakistan is in grey list. Now, Pakistan is struggled and strive to get removed from Financial Action Task Force from the grey list. This story is so far ahead of the plenary session of the Financial Action Task Force (FATF), the global financial crime watchdog, from June 14 to 17 in Berlin, Germany. Pakistan, which continues to face an economic crunch, is hoping for some respite in the form of its removal from the FATF's grey list, or the list of countries presenting a risk to the global financial system. In this last plenary meeting in March, the FATF had retained Pakistan's listing, asking it to expeditiously address the remaining deficiency in its financial system. Now, what is the FATF? The Financial Action Task Force is an international watchdog for financial crimes such as money laundering and terror financing. It was established at the Group 7 Summit of 1989 in Paris, France, to address loopholes in the global financial system after member countries raised concerns about growing money laundering activities. In the aftermath of the 9/11 terror attack on the US, FATF also added terror financing as a main focus area. This was later broadened to include restricting the funding of weapons of mass destruction. The FATF currently has 39 members, and the decision-making body of the FATF, known as its plenary, meets thrice a year. Its meetings are attended by 206 countries of the global network, including members and observer organizations such as the World Bank, some officers of the United Nations, and regional development banks. The FATF sets standards for recommendation for countries to achieve in order to plug the holes in their financial systems and make them less vulnerable to illegal financial activities. It conducts regular peer-reviewed evaluations called mutual evaluations, aiming of countries to check their performance on standards prescribed by it. The reviews are carried out by FATF and FATF-style regional bodies, which then release mutual evaluation reports. For the countries that don't perform well on certain standards, time-bound action plans are drawn up. Now, what are FATF's grey and black lists? While the words grey and black lists do not exist in the official FATF lexicon, they designate countries that need to work on complying with FATF directives and those who are not compliant, respectively. At the end of every plenary meeting, FATF comes out with two lists of countries. The grey countries are designated as the jurisdictions under increased monitoring, working with the FATF to counter criminal financial activities. For such countries, the watchdog does not tell other members to carry out due diligence measures, vice versa. The listed country but does tell them to consider the risks such countries possesses. Currently, 23 countries, including Pakistan, are on grey list. As for the blacklist, it means countries designated as high-risk jurisdictions, subject to call for action. In this case, the countries have considerable deficiencies in their AML, CFT, anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing remains, and the body calls on members and non-members to apply enhanced due diligence. In the most serious cases, members are told to apply countermeasures such as sanctions on the listed countries. Currently, North Korea and Iran are on the blacklist. Being listed under the FATF's list make it hard for countries to get aid from organizations like the International Monetary Fund, Asian Development Bank, and the European Union. It may also affect capital inflows, foreign direct investment, and portfolio flows. Now, why is Pakistan on the grey list, and what is the reason behind that? So let's begin. Pakistan was retained on the grey list in March as it was yet to address concerns on the front of terror financing and investigations and prosecutions targeting senior leaders and commanders of UN designated terrorist groups. Diplomatic sources in Pakistan told The Hindu that steps had been taken in this direction, such as the sentencing of terror outfit Chief Hafiz Saeed, prosecution of Masood Azhar, arrest of about 300 other designated terrorists, and seizure of more than 1,100 properties owned by terror groups. India, meanwhile, a member of FATF, suspects the efficacy and permanence of Pakistani actions. Pakistan is currently banking on its potential exclusion from the grey list to help improve the status of tough negotiation with the International Monetary Fund to get bailout money. Pakistan has found itself on the grey list frequently since 2008 for weakness in fighting terror financing and money laundering. In 2009, the country began to cooperate with the FATF like regional body Asia Pacific Group for a ME process.